Yes. Good morning, students. So, today in this class, we are going to discuss one new topic. So, before going to start the new topic, just we will glance the previous classes topics. So, yesterday we discussed about the division of polynomials. So, I think you have got the clear picture of the division of polynomials, how to divide the polynomial by a polynomial, whether it is a monomial, binomial, trinomial. Okay, so division of polynomials. In division of polynomials, so we can find the remainder and quotient. Okay, so then there is one relationship for that verification part for that division of polynomials, that is dividend, which is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So from this verification, we can say that our problem part is right or wrong. Okay, next. So remainder theorem. We got the idea of one new topic, that is remainder theorem. So in simple way, we can easily find out the remainder. But in this remainder theorem method, we cannot find out the quotient. Only remainder part you can find out. So how can we find out the remainder part? So by taking the given polynomial in the general form, that is p of x or q of x or q of y, according to variable. Okay, so then what we have to do is we have to find the zero of the divisor. That zero of the divisor we have to substitute in place of variables, then you will get the remainder. So remainder, what you get in the remainder theorem and actual division method, both are same. But in actual division method, you will get both quotient and remainder. But in remainder theorem method, it is possible to find out only remainder. Okay, so this is about the remainder theorem method. Based on this division of polynomials topic, I gave one exercise as homework. Okay, so try to complete that homework by today evening, because today again I want to give one more exercise as homework, but I'll give time to complete that work, don't worry. Okay, so by evening, today evening, you just try to finish that third exercise, and then after that you can start the fourth exercise. Okay, what we are going to discuss today, based on the topic, we have to work out the fourth exercise. I think today we'll end up the online class, and tomorrow onwards I'll meet you in the video class for the few 3 or 4 classes, because I want to finish the polynomials chapter, but not in online classes. Okay, so tomorrow some other teachers will engage you, but I'll engage you in the video classes, because in polynomials chapter we have one last part, that is algebraic identities part. That algebraic identities part we will work out in the video classes. Okay, so by Sunday we will finish this chapter through video classes. So I think for 4 days we will take gap, because I want to jump for the 10th standard. So we will meet you in the video classes. Tomorrow I'll upload one video about the algebraic identities, because you already know the idea of algebraic identities. You already learned that algebraic identities in the previous classes. No, that's why. So we will discuss that algebraic identities in video class. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the factorization of polynomials. Yesterday we learned division of polynomials. Today we are going to learn one new topic, factorization of polynomials. So we have to factorize the polynomial. So already you are familiar with this topic, because in 8th standard and all, find the factors using the splitting the middle term. So you have observed that type of problem. In that also you will get the you got the polynomials only. That is the method actually, how to find out the factors using splitting the middle term method, many methods. So that we have to discuss today, factor. Okay, so factorization of polynomials, in the sense we have to find the factors of the polynomials. So I'll share the page for you. Yes. So our topic is factorization of polynomials. So factorization of polynomials. So yesterday we discussed this type of problem. Again, we will take this concept for our class, today's class, factorization of polynomials. See the first question. I took one example here. Examine. So examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6 and of 2x plus 4. Okay, examine. You have to check whether x plus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6 and of 2x plus 4. So, yesterday we discussed when we can say that x plus 2 is a factor only when the remainder is 0. Remainder 0. If we got remainder 0, then that number is a factor of the given polynomial, right? Okay, so factor in the sense that day we discussed no 6 divided by 2, there 2 and 3 are the factors, that's why 2 3s are 6, we got the remainder as 0. Here also same thing, if it is exactly divided, okay, divisible, then remainder is 0, then we can say that x plus 2 is a factor of the given polynomial. Here you just observe two polynomials given, x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6 is one polynomial, then 2x plus 4 is another polynomial. Okay, for both we have to check whether x plus 2 is a factor of these two polynomials. So for that what we have to do, examine whether x plus 2, here x plus 2 is in the divisor place, divisor. So what we have to do for that, first we have to find out the 0 of x plus 2. What is that 0 of x plus 2? 0 of x plus 2 is minus 2. In place of x, if we substitute minus 2, then minus 2 plus 2 becomes 0. You all know. Or you equated that equation to 0, x plus 2 which is equal to 0. Then x is equal to minus 2. Here 0 of x plus 2 is minus 2. Then take the polynomial. First polynomial you take. P of x, you have to write it in the standard form. P of x is equal to x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6. Okay, then P of, here we have to substitute minus 2. Then minus 2 cube plus 3 into minus 2 square plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6. Then here minus 2 cube in the sense minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2, that is minus 8 plus 3 into minus 2 square is 4, then plus into minus minus 5 2s are 10, then plus 6, then which is equal to minus 8 plus 3 4s are 12, here minus 10 plus 6. After simplification, 12 minus 8 is 4, then minus 10 plus 6 is minus 4, then it is 0. So, what is the conclusion statement? X plus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6. No? Yes, we got the remainder 0. So, this method is known as remainder theorem method. Okay, na? So, we use remainder theorem method here. So, from remainder theorem, we got the remainder 0. That's why we can say that this x plus 2 is a factor of the first polynomial. Now, we have to check the second polynomial. So, which is the second polynomial? That is 2x plus 4 is the second polynomial. Let us check 2x plus 4. So, by 2x plus 4, again you take this same type of polynomial, but already here we mentioned P of x. So, we will give the another name Q of x. For the second one, we are giving the name Q of x, which is equal to 2x plus 4. 2x plus 4. Then again same, 0 of x plus 2 is minus 2. Q of minus 2 which is equal to 2 into minus 2 plus 4. Then Q of minus 2 which is equal to minus 4 plus 4. So that is Q of minus 2 which is equal to 0. Here second for polynomial also got the remainder 0 for the divisor x plus 2. From this we can give the statement as x plus 2 is a factor of 2x plus 4 also. Okay, so we can give the conclusion statement for this problem. this x plus 2 is a factor of both x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6 and of 2x plus 4. I think you have got the idea of this problem, when we can say that the given polynomial is a factor of this polynomial. Okay, so because of the network problem, some students are leaving the meetings. Okay, so factorization of polynomial in that first topic is checking whether the given Chinmay Chaudhary left the meeting. Okay, checking whether the given polynomials are factors or not. So can we go to the next page? I think no doubts in this page. Okay, so we'll go to next page. Our next page is this one. Okay, here we have one more problem. Whatever we are discussing here, no? So this is in your textbook only. Textbook example part only we are discussing here. So now the question is, look at the second problem. Find the value of k. So here, k we have to find. What is the condition given? If x minus 1 is a factor of, x minus 1 is a factor of 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. So here condition is x minus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. Okay, so what we have to do with this condition? We have to find the k value. So first we will start the problem. As x minus 1 is a factor of, already it is given x minus 1 is factor. So what we are observing here, x minus 1 is a factor anta andre yen artha, remainder 0 agirlebeku tane. Just now we discussed one problem. Check whether the given polynomial is a factor of the two polynomials. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ 0 ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ x minus 1 is a factor in the sense the polynomial is 0 ಅಲ್ವಾ. Okay, so according to that condition, p of x is equal to 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. So this is the first step. General form we have to take. P of x is equal to given polynomial. Then here you come back. X minus 1 is a factor. Then what is the value of x0 of the polynomial? X is plus 1. So just ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರಿಕ್. x minus 1 ಇದ್ರೆ x value plus 1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ, x plus 1 ಇದ್ರೆ x value minus 1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ, equated to 0 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ. Okay, now substitute x is equal to 1. So 4 into 1 cube plus 3 into 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus k. Then p of 1 is equal to 4 into 1 cube is 4 plus 3 into 1 square is 3. Then minus 4 into 1 is minus 4 plus k as it is. So p of 1 we got up to this. Okay, now I took p of 1 is 0. So many students, why here p of 1 0? I told in the beginning, no, x minus 1 is a factor already given. X minus 1 is factor. How can we say that x minus 1 is factor if the remainder is 0? Again, okay, remainder is 0. Then therefore remainder 0 antandre polynomial p of 1 is 0 alva. So now substitute p of 1 is 0. Yes, of course p of 1 is 0 because the condition is given x minus 1 is a factor. So that's why here I am taking 0, which is equal to, here plus 4 minus 4 cancelled. 3 plus k, that is 3 plus k. So I'll exchange this LHS and RHS for the simplification part. Comfortable agirutte anta. This 3 plus k I am taking for the LHS side and 0 I'll transfer here. So k plus 3 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 3 plus k and k plus 3 is equal to 0. Both are same. Now what we need? K value. So just transfer this plus 3 to this side. Then you will get k is equal to minus 3. Okay, finding the value of k, a, whatever. So some questions they will give for condition already given one divisor is a polynomial of the, okay, given polynomial 4x cube 3x square minus 4x plus k, like that polynomial. So from this method, using this type of method, you have to find the value of that k or whatever constant terms given. No? So you have to find out the value. Is that clear, students? Okay. So we will go to next one. This is the revision of your class. Revision in the sense already you know the splitting the middle term method. Okay, so ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು splitting the middle term method. Using splitting the middle term method, factorize. Okay, factorization. So you all know. Once again, we will revise that topic. Okay, factorize. The question is like this. Okay, see the question. Factorize 6x square plus 17x plus 5 by splitting the middle term and by using the factor theorem. Here they are asking in two different methods. One thing is okay, splitting the middle term method, you all know. But what is that second one? Using the factor theorem method. What is that second one? That is the new topic today. Okay, factor theorem. So then what is that factor theorem? Yesterday we learned remainder theorem. Today we are going to learn factor theorem. Okay. So before going to start factor theorem, just we will discuss splitting the middle term. Okay, na splitting the middle term method. So first we will discuss splitting the middle term method. Afterwards we'll jump to factor theorem method. Now you no need to worry about this one. Up to this you take question. Splitting the middle term method. 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay. Which number we are going to split here? 17, middle term. Okay. So here we will write that two terms as P and Q. So you have worked out these type of problems in 8th standard, right? Okay. So middle term, the two terms we are naming as PQ or AB or MN, whatever your favorite letters you take. Here I'll choose this as P and Q. We are splitting 17 in the form of P and Q. So P plus Q, what is that? P plus Q ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 17 ಬರಬೇಕು. ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. P into Q ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 30 ಬರಬೇಕು. ಹೌದಾ? P into Q ಅಂದ್ರೆ 30 ನಾ? P into Q ಅಂದ್ರೆ 30. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? 17 ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 30 ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? 6 into 5. This one, this first term and this last term. So ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ P and Q ಹೇಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವೆರಡನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 17 ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಎರಡು ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 30 ಬರಬೇಕು. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ. Now you take this one polynomial 6x square plus 17x plus 5. First step is, first we have to multiply the first and the last term. 6x square yes, Sandesh Shetty, thank you. 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay, first we have to take this, the product of these two, 6x square and 5. So product of these two is 30x square. Are you observing? 6x square into 5, that is 30x square. We have to split. So 30x square, product is 30 and the sum is 17. The sum is 17. So you can observe that 15 2s are 30. 15 plus 2 is 17. Got the idea? Here also you just observe 2 and 15. If we add 2 plus 15, you will get 17. Then 2 into 15, you will get 30. Okay, 2 into 15, you will get 30. So why you are writing 6 into 5? Why 30? That is the clarification. 6 into 5. So that P value is 2, we will take Q value 15. So that is, so 2 into 15 is 30x square. 2x plus 15x is 17x. Now come to splitting the middle term method. Here 6x square plus 17x plus 5, which is equal to, so here 6x square plus, in place of 17x we are writing it as 2x plus 15x. We splitted the middle term. Got the clear picture now? Splitting the middle term, we splitted the 17x in the form of 2x plus 15x plus this third term is as it is. First term as it is, last term as it is. Only we have to split this the middle term. So that is 2x plus 15x. Now make these two numbers as one group. First these two. 6x square and 2x. In that common factor is ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರೋದು 2x is common. xx ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ 2x is common. Then what is remaining? 6x square ಅಲ್ಲಿ already 2x outside ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 3s are in the sense 3. Already 1x is outside in the sense another x. 3x plus in 2x already 2x is outside in the sense factor is 1 plus here 15x and 5 in that common factor is 5 is common factor. Already in 15x 5 is outside in the sense 5 3s are 15 now factor is 3x plus 5 is already outside in the sense 1. So condition is this bracket and this bracket must be same. Okay na? So 3x plus 1, 3x plus 1. Now the factors 3x plus 1, 3x plus 1, 1 factor, 3x plus is 1 factor. Then remaining 2x plus 5 here remaining no that 2x plus 5 is the another 1 factor. Here the factors. Here the factors. What happened to this one? Okay, I'll share the page. Yes, we are in this one. 6x square plus 17x plus 5 which is equal to 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. These are the factors of the 6x square plus 17x plus 5. I think you have got the revision part of the splitting the middle term method. So then second one question is there now using the factor theorem. So here we have question 6x square plus 17x plus 5. I'll not take this polynomial for the introduction of factor theorem because I want to introduce the factor theorem by taking one simple equation that is x square coefficient is 1 ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ y square coefficient is 1. ಅವಾಗ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. Then we will apply that factor theorem for this type of equation. Okay na ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ polynomial ಅಲ್ಲಿ coefficient of x square in the beginning you are observing coefficient of x square is 6 alva. So it is little bit complicated. That's why we will take one simple concept to for understanding factorization, that is factor theorem. So let us then we will come back to the same question. Okay, so we will take the next page now. Yes, here we have one simple polynomial. To understand what is that factor theorem, new theorem, what is that new theorem? So here we have question. Factorize y square minus 5y plus 6 by using factor theorem. Listen carefully. This is your new class. Up to this what we discussed already, yesterday's concept only, continuation part of that one. But today, now we are going to discuss one new concept, factorize. Factorize y square minus 5y plus 6 by using factor theorem. What is that factor theorem? Now, you just observe, I told, no, I need one simple polynomial to introduce the factor theorem. I took one simple polynomial. Here the coefficient is 1. I need that coefficient must be 1 here. Okay, now write it in the general form. P of y which is equal to, here polynomial is in the y variable, that's why we are writing this as P of y which is equal to y square minus 5y plus 6. Y square minus 5y plus 6. So always after the factorization you will get the factors in this general form. Okay na, idu general form nanu ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು. If P of y is equal to y square minus 5y plus 6 splitting the middle term ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು y minus a y minus b. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ a ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್, b ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. a and b are numbers, ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. factors. So after the factorization we will get the general form, this one. Now ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನ equate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಓಕೆನಾ? P of y is equal to y minus a into y minus b form ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ factors ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. So very first term for the very first step for the factor theorem is we have to observe the constant term in the polynomial. In y square minus 5y plus 6, are you observing the constant term? Yes, you all know that is constant term is 6 here. Here the constant term is 6. Why this is constant term? Constant polynomial ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹಾಕ್ತಿರೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ y ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ, ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ 6 ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಇಂಟು y ರೈಸ್ ಟು 0 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ y to the power of 0 in the sense that is constant 1. 6 into 1 is 6 only. So that's why constant term AB which is equal to 6. Constant term AB is 6. Constant term na first fix ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. So second step is we have to write the factors of that constant term. Write the factors of constant term. Factors of 6 are, so here we are taking both plus and minus value. Okay, plus or minus 1, because minus 1 is also a factor of 6 alla. So because plus or minus 1, then plus or minus 2, then plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6 also factor only, but we are taking this much only. 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor. So for that we are taking plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, both plus 1 and minus 1, plus 2 and minus 2, plus 3 and minus 3. Okay, now factor theorem is nothing but we have to apply trial and error method. We have to apply trial and error method. What we have to find in the trial and error method? Whatever we are listing in the factors, no, we have to substitute one factor and we have to check whether the remainder is 0 or not. Okay na? So plus 1 minus 1, plus 2 minus 2, plus 3 minus 3, 1 ಬಂದಾಗೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ y ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ 0 ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಚೂಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಓಕೆನಾ, ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರಿತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಪೇಜಸ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಂಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದೆ, ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೈನಸ್ 1 ಹಾಕದೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, 0 ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ರಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್, ಅಥವಾ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್, ಓರಲಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ we'll get 0. That's why I took plus 2 here. P of 2 which is equal to 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. Then 4 minus 10 plus 6, then minus 6 plus 6, that is 0. ನೋಡಿದ್ರ 2 ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 0 ಬಂತು. then minus 2 ಹಾಕಿದೆ, ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 3 ಗೆ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಫಾರ್ 3. P of ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ 3 ಇದೆ, 3 ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 3 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ minus 5 into 3 plus 6, then P of 3 is equal to 9 minus 15 plus 6, that is P of 3 is equal to minus 6 plus 6 which is equal to 0. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 0 ಬಂತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 and 3, you can ask the question now. 2 and 3 ನೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು? ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎರರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್. ಓರಲಿ ನೀವು 1 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 0 ಬರುತ್ತಾ, minus 1 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 0 ಬರುತ್ತಾ, 2 if you substitute 2 can we get 0, if you substitute minus 2 can we get 0. So that type trial and error method we have to apply. Now we got the idea that for 2 and 3 we'll get the 0. So listen now, 2 ಮತ್ತೆ 3 ಗೆ 0 ಬಂದಿದೆ. How can we write this 2 and 3 in the factor form? So let us go back to our first problem. ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್ 0 ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? 0 ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿವೈಸರ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? 0 ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿವೈಸರ್. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿವೈಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು? ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಡಿವೈಸರ್ ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ +2 ಗೆ 0 ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಡಿವೈಸರ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು? ಮೈನಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ y ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ y ಮೈನಸ್ ಎ ಇಂಟು y ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ y ಮೈನಸ್ ಎ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಎ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಅನ್ನ ಕೂರಿಸಬಹುದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ 2 +2 ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ? 0 ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ y minus b in b place you can write 3. Okay na, because for +3 you got 0. So now you just observe y minus 2 and y minus 3 are factors. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎ ಬರಿಬೇಕು? ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ರೈಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಹೇಗ್ ಬರ್ದ್ರಿ ಇದು y minus 2 and y minus 3? ಸಿ y minus 2 ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ 0 of y minus 2 is +2. y minus 2 equated to 0, then y is equal to +2 alva. That +2 here. So that's why here -2. Okay. Then here for +3 you got 0. That's why factor is y minus 3, because 0 of that y minus 3 is +3. I think you have got the clarification. Okay, so y minus 2 and y minus 3 are factors. Y minus 2 and y minus 3 are factors. So y square minus 5y plus 6, which is equal to, we can write y minus 2 into y minus 3. So y minus 2 into y minus 3. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮೆಥಡ್, you check the answer, you will get same y minus 2 into y minus 3. So that's why in the beginning p of y condition is illodi y minus a, y minus b. So y minus a meeting will end for all participants in 5 minutes. Okay, but don't go anywhere. I want to continue for further 15 minutes. Okay, so you have to join the meeting with the same link. Is that clear now? Okay, so you have to join the meeting with the same link, because last one problem I want to explain so that we can finish the factorization of polynomials chapter. Okay, so now you have got the clear picture of the factor theorem. I want to recall the steps of factor theorem. First, we have to take the factor polynomial, that is p of y or p of x, whatever, in the standard form. Then we have to choose the constant term. Constant term we have to choose, and we have to list out all the factors of that constant term. We have to list out all the factors of constant term. Then we have to substitute all that factors in the polynomial, and we have to choose for the two numbers, that is which gives the remainder 0. Okay na, by trial and error method, here we got 2 and 3. For 2 and 3 we got the remainder 0. From that we can conclude that factors are y minus 2 into y minus 3. This method is known as factor theorem method. So using the factors of the constant term, we are finding the factors of the given polynomial. Is that clear? So that's why I took the simple polynomial. Then we will apply the same concept for the that 6x square problem. Okay, so we will come back for that problem. Now you just observe, here we have 1 2 3 terms. For this 3 terms we have this simple method, factor theorem method. Now my question is, if we have 4 terms in the polynomial, if we have 4 terms in the polynomial, so before going to discuss that 4 term polynomial, can we apply this factor theorem for the previous problem? Yes, we will discuss that one, then last problem. Okay, this is last problem. Okay, now we entered that our last problem, that is 6x square plus 17x plus 5 is there, no? So using the factor theorem, how can we? Already you got the factors using splitting the middle term as 3x plus 1 and 2x plus 5. 3x plus 1, 2x plus 5, you already got the answer in the splitting the middle term. Now we have to work out the same problem by factorization, factor theorem method. I told, no, we need actually here constant 1 in x square coefficient. In x square coefficient, that must be 1. So that's why what we are doing is we are writing this polynomial in the simplest form. 6x square plus 17x plus 5. So we are taking 6 as a common factor outside. Then Shreyas, okay, here you just observe we are making the polynomial in the form of the x square coefficient is 1. So then we have to take 6 outside, then x square is remaining plus 17x ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 6 ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 17 divided by x because next 6 and 6 get cancelled ಆದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ remaining is 17x only. Plus here also 5 and 6 ಅದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 6 is not a factor of 5 ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ 5 ಇದೆ, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 6 ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಇದನ್ನ 5 divided by 6 because 6 and 6 here cancelled, then 5 is remaining. So we got the zoom ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, here 6x square plus 17x plus 5. So we took the 6 as outside common factor, then we can write this equation as x square plus 17 divided by 6x plus 5 by x. Now 6 into this one is our polynomial now. ನಮ್ಗೀಗ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದನ್ನ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್. ಅದು ನಾವಾಗ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ x minus a into x minus b ಫಾರ್ಮಿಗೆ ಬಂತು. 6 into x minus a into x minus b. Same type of problem. ab is constant term is that is 5 by 6. Here you are observing the constant term is 5 by 6. Now you have to write the factors of 5 by 6.